Okay, guys, we are back with another Country Wayne skit reviews. And I'm gonna go through the list of what the ones I saw. The one with Ernestine and Miss Johnson, and Ernestine actually picked up the smell that the YSL perfume smell. I skipped that. Wasn't nothing interesting there. It's the same old argument that them two go back and forth with each other, and it just seemed like Aunt Ernestine still have not caught the hint that that's who Trey's actually messing with. The one with Delicia asking Amon what is so special about Shayla. I did watch that one, and he answered it, and he was like, it was about, Shayla would let him do whatever. And he was standing out in space when he said, like, in other words, Shayla would like let him do whatever. And Delicia's like, if that's the case, then why are you over here? But see, this is a part for you, Delicia. Why ask a man a question when you're not ready to hear the answer to? Don't ask men questions that you're not ready to hear the answer to. Because that's what you just did. And then you got mad and kicked him out your house. Don't ask a man a question when you're not ready to hear the answer. And that's what you did. So that's all on you. That is truly all on you. Okay? Then I skipped the one where Duchess woke up, where Bethany woke up Duchess to talk about how she let her down. Girl, Big Back, sit your ass Big Back down. Sit your ass down somewhere. Ain't nobody care. You're not a parent. You are not a parent, and you need to stop acting like you are a parent. You are not a parent. Let it go. Let it go. And so then all the Anthony and Shay-Ho skits that was today, one of them was that he had a special moment with Kai. Then another one was that he told Shay-Ho that it's a bad, he gonna reiterate again, it's a bad idea for them to do that podcast together. That's because he don't want nobody to know all what the fuck been going on. He don't want everybody in Atlanta to know. He just wants the small little circle. No, but no, all that shit about to come out. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the new Amber that's right here, oh, she going to be petty. Oh, she going to be petty. And that podcast, she's going to be petty. Petty. And Wayne going to be all there for it because it's going to be making him money. She is going to be petty. And Shay-Ho, you going to go down with it. You are going to go down with that podcast as well. Because she's going to be fucking petty. Petty, petty, petty. And then he gonna tell Shay-Ho, well, if Amber get 50% of my assets, this is what life is gonna look like for you and Kai. Planting another seed. If I was Shayla, I'd be like, you know what? That don't have nothing to do with me. As long as I get my papers, I'm fine. I don't want to hear your problems. You can go talk to the church about your problems. I don't deal with churches. Okay? You need to go talk to church about your issues. So I didn't really watch them. I did watch the ones with Amber and Dave. David was giving her some good information. One of the things that he told her, he said that you can't control karma, Amber. In other words, he was telling her that, you keep saying that the reason why your best friend, your husband slept together and had a baby with each other, is your karma. You can't control karma. That's, the Lord gives us grace. And you need to accept that. You need to accept grace. You keep wanting to control it to make it seem like it's karma. No. That is, you need to accept that the Lord have given you grace. And you think you're the only woman? You think you're the only woman that needed grace? No. So, in other words, what he's telling her that you need to stop being so hard on yourself because you're allowing this man to play in your face and keep putting and saying shit, and you need to stop it. You need to stop. You need to give yourself some grace. You need to understand what grace look like and give yourself some grace, Amber. So, and people getting upset because they working out. Y'all wasn't upset when Anthony was working out with Ro every day. You wasn't upset then, and you damn sure wasn't upset when he was out there working out with Ben and that damn girl Ben met in the gym. You wasn't upset about that shit then, and you wasn't damn sure upset when he was sitting there feeding life to Delicia. So let's not actually play this little game. Let's not play this little game. But Amber, that new Amber that's coming up, that podcast is about to be off the chain, off the chain. Then I skipped that skit when Natasha cousin came back over there to apologize. I skipped that shit because she a cray for Cuckoo Puffs. And she know what she did. She know why she did that shit. So I skipped all that shit. And I did watch this, like I said, I watched the skits with Amber and Dave. And she did tell Dave that, she was outside her marriage before she said I do. But once they said I do, That's when she stayed faithful to her marriage. And Dave said, again, you got to give yourself grace. Stop trying to act like this is karma that's happening to you. This is not karma. It's called grace. And now I'm going to share when I said 10 toes down on my previous skip that Rashad is not there to take Dom down. Rashad is there to actually get his relationship back with Dom. And that's exactly what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about, oh yeah, I'm going to show people this video and none of that shit. He's there to get his friendship back with Dom. Because he realized at the end of the day, they did have a great friendship. Before they start doing that, before they start crossing the line, they did have a great friendship. And so he wants to talk to Dom about that. He wasn't there to threaten her and none of that shit. He was there to talk to Dom about exactly what about their friendship. That's what he wanted to talk about. But she ain't give him no chance to say nothing. So, because she kept on calling him a creep and a weirdo. Dom, sometimes we got to keep our mouth closed so we can actually listen to somebody else. It's not going to hurt you. You know you my girl, but sometimes you need to keep your mouth closed so you can listen to somebody else. I did skip the skip with Shania and Bianca, the two lawyers. I skipped that shit because whatever. I did skip the skit where Rodney, Sade cousin wants to know what's the name of the sneaker store so he could go and confront Ralphie. I skipped that because, come on, let's move on. Let's move on from that. I did watch LaToya and Chantel skit where LaToya told Chantel how much Honey Pot is getting a month. And so now Chantel's like, oh, so now I see now I see. Now I can see. Now I see why she's actually allowing all this to happen. Now I see that. And then LaToya was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to go and check T assistant. I got that because she didn't know that Chantel did come to apologize, but WhatChamacallit was not having it, so she was not allowing her to come in there. Then I saw where Larry started to actually put two and two together and was like, you know what, hold it. I'm trying to figure out, where did you get this money from? Where did you get this money from that allowed you to get the tattoo? He started to ask the right questions. Once he started to ask the right questions, that's when Brooke told him, oh, well, Bethany gave me the money. And Destiny was like, stop, what are you doing? We're supposed to keep that secret. No, it's out in the open, Destiny. But Bethany gave her the money. Bethany went behind their back, behind Larry's back, and told them not to say nothing about that money. So now we're going to see what Larry's going to do, which we all know he ain't going to do nothing. He ain't going to do nothing but yell at her, and then that's it. He is not going to do nothing. At the end of the day, he is not going to do nothing. Then I saw another skit where Tawanda was trying to apologize to Rolanda. Rolanda had her hand on Bertha the whole time she was talking. Had her hand on Bertha, like, because she told Natasha, I will take your cousin out. I will take your cousin out. And Tawanda with that damn Alibaba wigs, you need to leave that shit alone. Because that shit ain't looking right at all. That shit ain't looking right at all. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Talk of the Table. Let's chat. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. And continue to leave your comments. I am Tasha. And we're going to keep this on the new skit review. Camera review. The new skit review. I do have an outfit check for you guys. The one I'm wearing right now. This pink and white one. But I will be doing that outfit check in a few minutes. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. And we will see you on the new skit review. Come and ride with you.